Okay children, 6th and 7th, I'm continuing with my direct and inverse variation of video 2 of this day. So we did direct variation. So here inverse variation is when one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases. Suppose the number of men I take as M1 and say they take D1 days. Second case, another day M2 men, they take D2 days. And what is the relation? In inverse variation, this in horizontally, not crisscross now. M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2. Man days is equal to man days. So basically you can also say one man takes D1. If 10 men take 12 days, one man will not take 12 by 10 days. He will take 120 days. You have to multiply in this case. Right? That's why this is one man's work, this is one man's work, and both are equal basically. Right? When you are saying 12 men take 6 days, what time does one man take? You write 6 into 12, not half a day, not 6 by 12, because this is not direct variation. Okay? So 72 days. So we are finding this is one man's work and one man's work. So both are equal. That way also you can understand. And inverse variation, you multiply like this. And suppose example is number of men is 24, men take 12 hours. How many men are required to complete the same work in 32 hours? Okay. Whichever is asked, you take that as x. Whatever you want to take variable, I will take it as m, number of men, so I take m. Okay, so I know it's m is for man, and if I take d is for days, whatever. So let x be the number of men. You write what is x then? What is x? So now you know that 24 into 12 is equal to x into 32. Okay, so 24 into 12 is equal to x into 32. So what happens here? You have to bring the 32 here. So don't multiply again. Let this be like this. Let it be in factor form. And then the 32 comes here. Right? So you can divide this 8 3s, then 8 4s and 4 3s. So 9 men. Sorry. Answer is 9 men. X was number of men. So 9 men. So basically the concept here, man days. Okay. So here what happens? If you have like, the same sum becomes very easy. If you have 12 men, take 8 days, right? 8 days to do a certain amount of work. So let that be one work. So in how many days will 18 men take to do 3 times the work? 3 times the work. Okay, you can do it in 2 ways, children. Again, very easy method, no unitary method. I am doing by the method of proportions, I am doing by the method of ratios, I am doing by the method of, okay, comparisons. Okay, so it avoids my writing statements, because children don't like to write statements. Sometimes their sum is correct but the statements are wrong, so they lose marks. Am I right? Or sometimes the statements are correct but the sum procedure is wrong. Okay, as long as you understand and make the teacher also understand what you're doing. Understanding is more important than learning by rote, especially in maths, children. Okay, so here let's forget about the work. The question is, a certain amount of work was done by 12 men in 8 days. So 18 men will take, find the time taken by 18 men to do 3 times the work. Okay, so first let us find once the work. So let's find one work, how much time, how many days they take. So again, this is inverse variation. Am I right? It's inverse variation. So I have to multiply horizontally and equate them. So man days equals man days. I don't know, put it as D. Number of days taken by 18 men. Okay? And that days you get as 12 into 8 divided by 18. 6 2s, 6 3s. So 16 by 3 days they take. Let it be like that. So they take 16 by 3 days to do one job, one. So 3 times the work. Now work and days. Okay? More work, more time. Less work, less time. Direct variation. So one work, the same work, for one work they take 6 by 3 days. So 3 times the work, therefore 3 times the work, the time taken will be the time taken will be 16 by 3 into 3. So they take 16 days. Is it clear? So one work, suppose arranging 10 chairs, they take 16 by 3 days. But if you arrange 30 chairs, 3 times the work, so that will become 3 times this. Because work, days and amount of work is directly proportionate. Okay, more the work you are given, you take more time. Less the work you are given, you take less time. So basically, you know what we teach the other children, little bigger children. This is man 1, days 1 by work 1 equals man 2, day 2 by work 2. Work. So work, because it's inversely proportional, inversely proportional multiplied, directly proportional we are dividing. Okay, because man and work is also directly proportional. More men, more work, less men, less work. Okay, more work, more time, less work, less time. So both the quantities are directly proportional to work. Sometimes you see instead of days, they write like this: man 1, man and hours, hours h, and then you have work. Whatever you want to use notation for time. You can write for time, you can write man 1, t1, work 1. Number of men, second case, time taken by them and work taken. So this is the relation. You can directly do the sums of such ones. For example, when you have profit and loss when you are doing children, it's very easy. Do not learn the formula. Of course, you should know that profit is selling price minus cost price. When selling price is more than cost price, you make profit. And loss is cost price minus selling. Both are difference. So cost price minus selling price is loss, selling price minus cost price is gain. And gain percent is always compared with cost price, the amount of gain you made by CP into 100, and loss percent is loss by CP into 100, not SP, the original price of the article, when we do not have marked price or just the original price. So we are, but when you're doing a sum like unitary method is the best method, and cost price, selling price, gain, all are direct variations. They are not inverse variation. Suppose I say by selling an article, the man makes a profit of 10%. Okay, what should be the selling price if the cost price is 420? Don't have to by heart formulas. So you just write unitary method. Percent means on 100. So you have a cost price, you have a selling price, and you have a gain. It was given gain. Percentage, we start with percentage. That means if cost price is 100, gain is 10 rupees and selling price is 110, because selling price is cost price plus gain in rupees. Okay, and cost price, if selling price is given, then selling price minus gain is cost price. All that you know. Okay, that you do it. So why I am teaching you? Because unitary method. So in this I asked you, if cost price is say 425 rupees. What is the selling price? What is the gain? No problem. No problem. You just put a dash, equal to, and so on. So you can directly get the answers. So selling price is here SP, and here you have to find gain. So you can equate the first two and get the gain. Okay, and you can equate this and this and get the selling price. Basically, because the direct variation. You can check the answer with formula also. If cost price is 100, selling price 110. If cost price is 425, okay. So here unitary method 100, 110. Cost price is 425. 100 by 100 into 425. And same you are getting. Okay. You have to find the cost price. What is the selling price you are finding? What is selling price? 110 into 425 divided by 100. Same answer you are getting. This way or this way. Just put equal sign and put a division sign immediately. Okay. So even if I said an article sold at a loss of 20%, right? And if the loss is 150 rupees, what is the cost price and what is the selling price? So an article is sold at a loss of 20%. So again write cost price, selling price. Now there is a loss. So 100 loss of 20%. So it becomes 80 on 100, loss 20 rupees minus, and loss is 20 rupees. So 100. So you have this relation. Now the question was, if loss was 150, what is selling price? What is cost price? So I asked you cost price, I asked you selling price. So just do this, equal to D. So easy. Direct variation basically it comes from direct variation by proportionality. Okay, so that's all. You take this and this, because these two you cannot take. Take this and this, you'll get the answer selling price. So you cancel it. 80 into 15, you can cancel the 0. 80 into 15 equals divide by 2. So if you take this, 80 into 15 is twice selling price. So divide by 2. So you get selling price is 40 into 15, 600 rupees, right? And if you take this and this, right, it will become again 2 by 15, 1500, divide by 2 is cost price. So easy it is, right? So just make an equation. You don't have to by heart formula that CP into 100 plus gain percent by 100, okay, is equal to into selling price, into CP selling price and all that. Okay, I myself get confused when you tell me to tell a formula, because I do by logic and by thinking. Children, the more you think and make yourself understand mathematics, it will be always easy. Okay, so let us do one sum. Like suppose you are so easy. I have sell an article for a gain of say 25 at 25%. Okay, what is the selling price? What is the cost price? If selling price is say 1200 rupees. So cost price, selling price, 25%. I make a profit of 25 rupees on every 100. What is that 100? CP. So that means the question is cost price I have to find. Selling price was 1200 rupees and gain is 25%. This was the information of the sum, and the question is find the gain or find the cost price. Now I will show you two methods. So I start with 25%. From percent I start. And what is 100? It is always compared with cost price. Gain and loss price is always compared with the original price of the article. So here CP you write 100 rupees and SP is 125 and gain is on every 100 25 rupees. This is the equation. So if the book costs 100 rupees, I am selling it for 125, I am making a gain of 25. The question is, what is the cost price when the selling price is 1200 rupees? Okay, so therefore you can write, this is not known, write as CP. You can just divide equal to, or the method I said is direct variation. It's direct variation, so you can straight away write 100 over this by this. Just put an equal sign and just divide. That means 100 by CP equals 125 by 1200. So 100 into 1200 cross multiply, divide 125 CP. CP means I have to find the cost price and divide. 100 into, now see I taught you mathematics, short method. Here also the short method comes in use. So as we are doing calculation, children, short method comes in use. For example here, 100 into 1200 and 125 is CP. You know that 12 and you have 12 and 4 zeros here and 125. What is the short method? 125, 8 is 1000. So 120 into 1000. Divide by 125, this goes 8 times. So the answer is 960. Yes? The answer is naturally to be less than 1200 children, because you are selling it at gain. So cost price is less than selling price. If you got an answer more than 1200, you are wrong. Then it's a loss, isn't it? So selling price should be more than the cost price to gain. And the same sum. So you can see how easy it is, right? So you have once more, like you say, the gain made an article is 160 rupees. This is the gain. Okay. And it is sold at a gain of 20%. So gain percent is given. This is only when percentage gain is given, not in rupees. Gain is in rupees means selling price plus minus gain is cost price. Okay, and cost price plus gain is selling price in rupees. This is percentage. Gain is 20% and gain is given in rupees 160. Start the sum from here. So the question is, what is the selling price? What is the cost price? Both can be asked. What is the selling price and what is the cost price? If I sell an article at gain percent of 20 and my overall gain after selling the article I get 160. Again make an equation, start with the 100 equation. What will be 100? CP, not SP. So CP, SP, gain. So CP is 100, gain. If it's loss, 100 minus, loss is 15%, means selling price will be 85. Gain is 15%, selling price will be 115 if CP is 100, right? Loss may you subtract and gain you add. So it's 120 and gain is 160. Okay, now he's asking, gain is 20. On 100, gain is 20. So when gain is 160, what is selling price? What is cost price? When gain is 20, cost price is 100, selling price is 120. Percentage on every 100 rupees CP, my gain is 20. So nothing, you put a equal sign, dash and dash and dash. Finish, the sum is over. You don't have to by heart formulas. You're just doing by, comparison, proportionality, direct variation. Isn't it? So here, you know this. You can't do this because two unknowns. So take these two. You will get SP. Take the first and the third. So when I take these two, this goes. So it is 120 by SP and 2 goes in this 1 by 8 times. Cross multiply. 960 is SP. So 960 rupees. Okay. Similarly, I can take this. Now you got SP. You can use this also. But if your SP is wrong, this will also be wrong. So let us take safer the first and the third. That is 100 by CP is 1 by 8. So 800 cross multiply is CP. That's all. Rupees. Finished. So easy. Am I right? So next class if you are, I'll do shortcuts in discount. Thank you children. All the best. Message me what you want. And I'm getting a lot of messages. What chapters to be taught. And they are liking my classes. I'm very happy children. So like my videos, share my videos and subscribe. I'll help you in many ways to my best of ability. Thank you. God bless you.